Stop number 7 on the Dr. Pepper Xfinity series brings us to Talladega Superspeedway. Oh yeah! We are here for the running of the second leg of the Aaron's Dream Weekend for the Aaron's 312, and with me today is Kyle Matthews as always. And we saw an excellent race in the Cup race, so free for all, and I'd say the same for the Xfinity cars, maybe a free for all there too.
Yeah, the only bad part about the Cup race, a late race caution, forced the race to end under caution, ruined what probably would have been a really good finish, but other than that, we saw a really good race. A pretty scary multi-car wreck here fairly early on in the race, which saw two cars flip in the same wreck. Hopefully we don't see that happen today.
Reminded me a lot of the double flip we saw in the Goodies Dash race at ARCA. I think it was back in, 1997 or 98, maybe even 99 when it happened. I'm not sure, but yeah, Talladega is one thing is you can expect at Talladega is unpredictability, and that's what we're going to see here today.
And I think the biggest question heading into this race, can anybody stop Henry Sanford? He's won the last two races. He's the first driver to win multiple races this season. And he's got a pretty good starting spot for this race, too, so we'll see what happens.
Henry comes into this race second in points, only 13 behind Dalton Day, so let's get the starting line for today's race on the pole at 172 miles an hour. It's Dylan Hughes, number 32 Nestle Crunch Pontiac. First time I think a Pontiac's been on the pole, I think, this season. Alongside of him is Chelsea Bowles in her second race with a Kodak Film Chevrolet. She'll be alongside, and that car's usually good on the plate tracks in Xfinity or in Cup. Then it's Dougie Shears at number 59 Alliance Truck Parts Oldsmobile. He'll be on the inside of the second row. And the man on a hot streak, Henry Sanford in a Harris Teeter Ford, car 23. He's in his second race with this sponsorship. Jessica Shelton, the number 11 Budweiser Ford, has the inside of the next row. She'll be alongside Grayson Acabito in the number 7 Skull Bandit Buick. Dylan Thoreau is the inside of the next row in a number 46 Polaroid Chevrolet. That car tested well.
Cup race winner right there.
That car tested very well in testing by way for the Busch cars. We'll see what happens. Then it's Seth Cole, the Daytona 500 champion of Dr. Pepper Cup Series in the AC Delco Chevrolet, car number 52.
Seth hoping to keep all four wheels on the car this race, or on the track this race.
Hopefully not to be another Elliott Sadler on this racetrack too, I might add. Then it's Kev Scherer, the number 75 Food Country Oldsmobile, one of the two Charlie Henderson cars in this race. And Joshua Balkowitz in the Luxair Heating and Air Conditioning Ford, car 55. Then it's Jared Holmes, the number 87 Dentine Chevrolet for Nemco Motorsports. And driving the Darrell Waltrip cars, it's Robbie Bogues in the Western Auto Chevrolet, car 17. Leia Walker in the unsponsored Oldsmobile car 00. She'll be alongside Nathan Hudson in the Gwaltney Bacon Buick, car 27. Then it's JT Bryant, the number 51 Coors Extra Gold Oldsmobile, looking for a good run here today. And beside him will be number 38 Ford Credit Ford Thunderbird of Kat Tellier. She's on the outside. Then it's Tony Green, the number 43 Black Flag Insect Repellent French's Mustard Pontiac, car 43. And just one number up in the Firecracker Penrose Oldsmobile, car 44, it's Johnny Gardner. Then it's William Brock, number 30 Kool-Aid Pontiac, is the inside of the next row. And the number 14 MW Windows Chevrolet, it's Benjamin Miles, the NRSL veteran. Keith Batson, number 28 Mac Tools Ford, has the inside of the next row. And the championship leader, Dalton Day, starting about mid-pack in the Swisher Sweets Oldsmobile, car 55. That's car 25. Easy for me to say. Then it's Jeffrey Finguy in the number 92 Stanley Tools Chevrolet, always a threat. And Zach Rogers, number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Decided to take another crack at it. So Zach, I'm not replacing you at all after all. Then it's the number 60 Winn-Dixie Ford of Mike Becker, who won at Daytona this season, hoping to go undefeated on the plate tracks. And the command's been given to fire the engines. We got some racing here today. He'll be alongside Rockin' Wrestling Racing's Levi McIntyre, the Luxair Heating and Air Conditioning Chevrolet, car 99. Then it's Marty Johnson, number 20 Fino Lube Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside Madeline Beasley in the number 08 Buick, the winner at Atlanta. And then next row down will be the number 21 Band-Aid Ford of Zach Flickinger, and he'll be actually alongside not Madeline Beasley, but the 49 of Blaine Sexton in the Foray Racing Buick. He'll be alongside. As we see the rest of the starting lineup in this race here, some big names back there. Joshua Osborne, a winner at Las Vegas. Linda Acevedo. Luke Walker's in the other Henderson Racing car, even though it's a Chevrolet instead of an Oldsmobile, as Kev Scherer's got. So the field lined up and racing to go, and I guess Kyle and I are both getting excited for this one. The anticipation of the start at Talladega.
Absolutely, Talladega always puts on a good show. One of the most exciting tracks on the circuit. You are not going to be disappointed with this race today, I guarantee it.
Absolutely not. Whether it's 8 cylinders or 6, it puts on an excellent show. Dylan Hughes leads them down on the brake into turn number 1. Don't let the qualifying speed fool you though, because that means nothing when you're in the draft.
Didn't take them long to get 3 wide. You see 3 cars in the middle there. Right there in the middle of the field.
Kev Scherer about to go inside Dylan Thoreau, trying to follow up or get by Jessica Shelton, whichever comes first. And you got Dougie Shears going to the lead. Shelton to second. And it looks like Shears may hold on to lead the first lap.
3 wide for the 3rd position. Leah Walker on the inside of Kev Scheer. Dylan Hughes, our pole sitter, already kicked to the very outside row there.
We saw that a lot in the Cup race, though. I mean, when you get on the outside, you could lead 1 lap and be back to about 20th place the next.
Absolutely, it's going to be all about timing here. Can you get to the front at the perfect time? As Jessica Shelton now goes to the inside for the race lead.
Not so fast, says JT Bryant.
I thought he was going to get to the inside, but Shelton able to hold him off for right now. You see Keith Batson moving up there in the 28 as well, and there's Mike Becker, the winner at Daytona, looking to make it 2 for 2 in the super speedways in this series.
It's kind of funny sometimes in our competition, though. You got like one person that can win on one super speedway and can come back and win the next plate track on the tour. If Keith Batson tries to lead the lap, no, he does not. Shelton does.
I think Shelton got that one.
And we already see speeds in about almost in the mid 180s now. As we said, that don't let the qualifying speed of 172 fool you, because the draft is a whole lot faster.
Absolutely, and here comes Becker looking to make it 3 wide for the race lead. Number 60, Winn-Dixie Ford, a car that Mark Martin made famous back in the 90s. On a ton of Busch races at that time.
And season 2 in this series, by the way, this car will be a cross between a Thunderbird and a Taurus next season with a PWF GNS mod.
Wouldn't be the first time we saw that. I remember back in, I think it was 1998, we saw both Thunderbirds and Tauruses throughout the years over in the Cup Series, so nothing too out of line there. Zach Flickinger's now gone to the front.
And he's got the Las Vegas winner, Joshua Osborne, who has won on this track before in the Castrol GTX Cup Series back, I believe it was in Season 9 with the Morgan McClure Kodak colors. And now bringing the Chuck Bound colors to the lead, the 63 Nescafe ST Pontiac.
Car moving up there, 3rd on the inside line. Dylan Young, who's just been on a tear over on the Cup side, has took the points lead once again after Talladega. Been the most consistent driver so far over on the Cup side. Xfinity has been decent. Looking to have a much better run today.
On board with Dylan Young, and Dylan currently right now sits in the 20th spot in the points chase in the Xfinity side, as he's got the view that everybody wants to see throughout the race. Nothing. But that will not be long as Kayla Smith in the 6 is going to go to the inside. But Luke Walker says, nuh-uh, because I want to go 3 wide and take the lead. And I thought John Arndt was going to go with him. And instead has Jeffrey Fenguy going with him in the 92 car.
3 wide all around this place. A lot like what you saw in the Cup race here. Everybody keeping it together, though, not leaning on each other.
Racing like what they did at Daytona. They were 3 wide all the way around at that track.
Looks like Finn guy's going to lead that lap. Yes, he does.
He does, with the help of Jonathan Zorlin in the 40 car. Chevrolet with 3 Fords chasing it.
I think we've had a lead change every single lap so far here, so very competitive early on. About what you would expect here at Talladega.
Exactly. Here we may have a 19 lead change race, possibly, maybe 18. Who's to say? Who's to say? There's Peyton Beasley, who started back in the back now, moves his or her way up to the top 5. I still can't believe I still don't know if it's a he or she, truthfully, but. And Batson wants to go for the lead again. Car 28. Who leads this lap side by side? Batson? Yes, he will.
Not a big surprise to see that 28 car out in front at Talladega. A lot of history surrounding that track and that car number.
Mainly with
days of Davey Allison.
3-time winner of the Winston 500 in 87, 89, and 92.
And Ernie Irvin was pretty stout in the 28 car when he was driving in at Talladega as well.
That 4 car that's moving up the middle track, that's Chelsea Bowles. In fact, Ernie won with that 4 car in both Cup and Busch.
And that Morgan McClure team, always think back in the 90s, one of the best teams when it came to super speedways. No matter if it was Ernie Irvin or Sterling Marlin driving that car, but now they're going 3 wide for the race lead. It's Cody Lamas in the 72. That's help from Johnny Gardner right there in the 44.
And Zach Rogers in that another car that's made famous at Talladega, that number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet.
Absolutely. And not far behind these guys is probably the hottest driver in the series right now, Henry Sanford, winner of the last 2 races.
He's in the back of that choo-choo train with, well, what was a choo-choo train between he, Rogers, and Hudson, as now Hudson takes his Buick to the inside, and he'll take the lead.
For how long? Sanford down to the bottom. Help from Levi McIntyre. Now Levi gets put in the middle.
And Dalton Day with the Oldsmobile taking the inside lane. He'll move to second. And Seth Cole now goes inside in 52 in the Ken Schrader colors, and that car has done well.
Yeah, Schrader won back in, I believe it was 1994 in the Busch Series at Talladega. That very paint scheme.
Seth, one of the ones with the...
So you mentioned... That's mentioned during the starting lineup there, Seth Cole, one of those drivers that had actually flipped in the Cup race, looking to have a much better run today, and he is right now, as he's currently running in the 2nd position.
Seth, always a very strong competitor without question, having won the fastest laps of the race at over 185 miles per hour in the draft. They were about 188 at Daytona. As we ride along with Seth, and he'll lead the lap, I believe. Yes, he will. Nope, he doesn't. Sanford actually beat him out.
Wow. Out him off on the high side there. It's hard to do, as you have the 38 of...
Cat Tellier.
Well, that lead didn't last long. Jessica Shelton back there giving it another go here on the inside. Car made famous by Bill Elliott back in the 90s right there, driving for Junior Johnson.
And if you know...
That Budweiser Ford.
And that car's actually owned by Bill Elliott in the Busch Series, as a matter of fact, though. And if you know Jess, though, she is a diehard Bill Elliott, Chase Elliott fan, so...
Absolutely.
And now she takes that car to the lead, but again, for how long? Woo! And I thought she was going to get turned there by Robbie Bogues there for a minute. And somebody's blowing up!
Oh, we have a smoker in the back. A couple cars losing the draft here. Can't tell who's...
Mike Becker has blown up!
Mike Becker!
He's blown up.
Wow.
He will not go 2 in a row on the plate tracks.
Saw a couple of cars losing the draft. It looked like the 7. I saw the 24, the 14.
trouble!
Not sure what happened there.
And
And
the
there's
points leader, Dalton Day's in the crash. Tony Green's in it. John Arndt, the number 1 car.
John Arndt.
I swear that guy has bad luck in all my series.
John Arndt, the Texas winner in the Cup Series. Well, wow, this was a pretty eventful lap and a half here. We saw Mike Becker blow up, and now a multi-car wreck here to put us under our first caution.
Seth
Cole involved.
We thought his luck was going to turn around there. Kat Tellier, we was talking about her a minute ago. She was in the crash. As Luke...
Kat Tellier was up front in the lead, and oh dear, don't tell me they're stacking up.
Luke Walker's in the lead, and let's go another... Yeah, they're stacking up a little bit, though. Chelsea Bowles and... see... Dalton Day in the crunched up car, Benjamin Miles. But you mentioned all the cars that lost a draft, though. That's gonna be a break for them too. So let's look again as to what happened that caused the crash.
Saw the 60 blowing up there. Don't.
We're gonna slow the replay down right here. Going to 2 view. I think this is gonna be a best.
Let's see where this began
John.
here. Oh, right up there.
Oh my God.
They were 4 wide and leaning, and that's a recipe for disaster. And it looked like another hard hit for Seth Cole.
That was Nathan Hudson right there. And, ooh, Grayson Acabito, he about got hit twice. He about hit somebody twice. And, yeah, you...
Oh, gosh. You gotta be kidding me.
What? Let's see what happened with Seth Cole, I think. And I thought I saw
Seth Cole and John Arndt, they've made contact.
Kat Tellier got stuck.
Oh my. And for the second straight race, Seth Cole winds up upside down.
And that thing at Cabin and Kat Tellier right there, by the way, that same thing happened to Jessica Shelton during testing at this track. No joke.
Wow.
And let's look at Kat Tellier. And let's take a ride with her too, by the way. Fasten your seatbelts on this one. Keep your eye on the speed. Impact speed 180 miles per hour.
Wow. It
hurts sitting here.
No, absolutely no time to react either. Just instant.
Chelsea Bowles drove under it. Look how close she comes.
Oh my.
Heads up driving by Chelsea Bowles in the number 4 Kodak machine. So the first yellow flag flies on lap number 12 of this event.
It's gonna set us up with about
4 laps to go, actually.
4 lap shootout.
4 lap shootout to decide it all at Talladega. And as we reset the field for you, Luke Walker, number 5 Food Country Chevrolet, leads the race. And in fact, Charlie Henderson has both his cars first and second. Kev Shears in second.
Kev.
Third is Zach Rogers. Fourth position is Dougie Shears. And Jessica Shelton runs in 5th spot. Jared Holmes in 6th position, driving for Joe Nemechek. 7th, an unsponsored car, Leah Walker, got to give a call to her. Henry Samper, and looks like the way things are going right now, if he finishes up in the top 10, he will take the lead in the points from Dalton Day, who was involved in that crash. And in fact, Dalton, yes, is out of the race in 36th position.
Tough break for the points leader there.
And if you know Dalton Day's history, though, his luck can either be good or bad. Robbie Bogues running in 9th position. 10th is William Brock. Dylan Thoreau running in 11th. He's still got a shot at the weekend sweep.
Absolutely. In a good spot here.
Levi McIntyre running in 12th. 13th is Kalish Smith in the Rose's Buick. Then it's JT Bryant. Jeffrey Finguy in 15th. 16th is Nick Pericles. Peyton Beasley 17th. 18th Linda Acevedo. 19th Joshua Osborne. 20th is Zach Flickinger. 21st Dylan Young. 22nd Jonathan Zorlin. 23rd Joshua Balkowitz. 24th Keith Batson. 25th is Marty Johnson. There's the rest of the field.
And all of them still have a shot at
except for whoever's damaged.
Right.
Well, can Luke Walker hold them all for 4 laps? And I apologize for the lag here. That's about to happen. That's happening on my fraps. Green flag waves on lap 16.
Kev Shear jumps to the outside there. Normally not a good move, and nobody goes with him there.
Zach Rogers says, "Screw it, I'm going with fellow Chevy driver Luke Walker, and watch the train go by Kev."
Kev Shear just recently picked up his first win over in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and he was very vocal, about getting a win over there. So, trying to take that momentum into this race as they're going to go 3 wide for the race lead once again.
Gotta like those V6 sounds on the plate trucks. We saw Daytona.
Oh yes, Dougie Shears to the front, but here comes Henry Sanford, trying to go 3 in a row in this series. A very difficult
And
feat.
especially if your third in a row could come at Talladega. Look, they are stacking up back there. Kayla Smith leading Jeffrey Finguy. Linda Acevedo. And Shears way up the track now as Dylan Thoreau goes into 3rd behind Leah Walker, and Smith and Finguy goes to 4th and 5th. And where did Peyton Beasley come from in the 15?
It's the beauty of Talladega. I mean, you could be back in 25th one lap and be running up in the top 5 the very next. Sanford continues to lead. Dylan Thoreau in 2nd, trying to go for the weekend sweep. Here he goes to the inside for the race lead. Getting help from Linda Acevedo, and the 9 is, Sanford slammed the door on him.
But Thoreau's going to force his way inside the track. 2 laps to go.
Car off the pacer. It looked like the 1 was involved in that crash. Straddlers back there.
Acevedo has the lead. Here comes JT Bryant with the help of Joshua Osborne. Osborne looking for his 2nd win of the season. Nick Pericles looking for his 1st, and so is William Brock. And this is where the big money is up. The white flag will be waving this time by 1 more lap to go in the Irish 312. Here we go.
William Brock looking on the inside in that Kool-Aid Country Time Lemonade.
Yep, it is.
That's a Pontiac.
2 Pontiacs behind an Oldsmobile. Then you got 4th and 4th. Backstretch now. What are they going to do?
Osborne to the inside. And here comes Brock making it 3 wide.
And here comes Shelton. And Shelton's on the inside of the track. Something may be wrong with her car.
Wow.
Osborne to the lead. Can he hold on? No, he does not. Here comes Brock. And here comes Flickinger. 3 wide for the win.
Oh, they're going to be 3 wide at the line.
Oh, boy. Is it going to be Flickinger or Osborne? It is. Flickinger, I think. Yes, it is.
Flickinger. Wow.
Zach Flickinger by 2 1 hundredths of a second wins it at Talladega.
Unbelievable. That is... We told you Talladega was not going to disappoint.
Except maybe for Joshua Osborne, he thought he had that one won. But Kev Shearer going inside the office. Congratulations to Zach Flickinger, and that's his second title win. He won in season 14 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series in the year 99. And now takes the number 21 Band-Aid Ford to victory lane. I think Shelton may have. I think the problem happened with Shelton. I think she blew up on the last lap.
Not two engine failures, and that's a rarity. Especially, you know, in this series.
Exactly. But Zach Flickinger in a 3-wide photo finish wins at Talladega, and look at that, 72 thousandths from first to fourth in this race. Osborne second, William Brock third, Kev Shearer a tremendous fourth-place finish after getting shuffled back, so a courageous drive for him. JT Bryan ends up fifth, Keith Batson sixth, Luke Walker seventh, Joshua Balkowitz eighth, Jonathan Zorlin ninth, and Madeline Beasley in 10th position, an unsponsored car in the top 10.
We saw an unsponsored car go to victory lane,
and it was in fact it was Beasley.
Yeah, with her. Her at Atlanta.
And only went so far for the Buick label too. Henry
Sanford comes home 11th here. Came up just short of making it 3 straight, but he should have the points lead coming out of this race with the
I believe he will too.
Problems.
Leah Walker ends up 12th position, 13th Nick Pericles, Peyton Beasley a good 14th place finish for that team. Dylan Thoreau just short of the weekend sweep in 15th position, but still a solid run. Dougie Shears, Zach Rogers, Linda Acabito, Chelsea Bowles, and Kayla Smith in the top 20. Levi McIntyre, who was third in the point stakes, coming in a okay for him 21st. Then Jeffrey Fangad, Jared Holmes, Cody Lamas, Dylan Young 25th. Benjamin Miles, John.
Man, a lot of these. You look at the interval there. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but a lot of these drivers are way off the pace there. You see, Cody Lamas was 2.1 seconds behind, and then there's Dylan Young, who was, close to 9 seconds behind. So I don't know what happened there.
Possibly because of the damage from the big one that happened on lap 11 in the race. Jared Holmes was 0.8 of a second back in 23rd position. That's still excellent racing we saw here today. Johnny Gardner, 7th, 28th. Marty Johnson, who won the Daytona 500 in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Charles Sanford, Grayson Acabito, Blaine Sexton, Tony Green, and Robbie Bogues were your lead lap finishers. Then Jessica Shelton, a disappointing 34th after it looked like she was poised for a top 5 finish. Because I thought she was going to make it 4 wide to make a shot at being maybe 3rd or 4th on the final lap.
Yeah, don't know what happened there with the 11. Don't know if it was an engine failure, a flat tire, or something. But it's disappointing to see somebody running up that close to the front of the last lap experience trouble like that.
We're going to try to get a replay back and see what happened with her. John Arndt finishes 35th and 2 laps down, so he was the last of the finishers in this race. Then it's Dalton Day out of the race, Seth Cole, Kat Tellier, Nathan Hudson, Mike Becker, and Dylan Hughes because of a camshaft problem, but for all intents and purposes, he and Mike Becker both an engine problem for their cars.
I think Seth Cole will be happy to get out of Talladega after 2 straight races of flipping over. I
couldn't either. Let's take a look at what happened. This is replay from on Shelton's point of view. She was 16th on the backstretch. About this point, we saw what we thought was going to be the race-winning pass with Joshua Osborne. And
going to the inside of Kev Shearer
and speed drop.
It
definitely was a mechanical failure on the 11. Yeah, sometimes you push those parts to the breaking point in the draft and something could happen. But But congratulations again to Zach Flickinger. He wins today in the Aaron's 312 at Talladega Superspeedway. And what track are we heading to next, I think, on our schedule?
We'll be going to California Speedway. Doing a little California
going
dreaming.
from one super speedway to the next, as well for that 2-mile D shaper out on the West Coast.
California Speedway never just another track that always puts on good races for NR 2003 offline. So we should be in line for another good one over there.
Exactly. The points will be distributed at the end of the video, as always here. So for Kyle Matthews, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NRSL here, and this has been a production of the NRSL offline racing at its best. Sorry, Seth, for stealing your slogan here. I don't know what else to put it. I think I'll steal Young for that one. I think we can use it for our next races. But
right.
we'll see you at California for the next stop on the tour.